fields that are on this polygon, right? So, we have these APIs that allow you to upload data, download data, query data, modify data, so you can have things updating, in real time and staying on the cloud. If you go to Amtrak, there's a train tracker app on the homepage that shows where the trains are. That's all running in Maps Engine. They just update the train locations every so often, and so that's another example of a Maps Engine application. Dynamic tiling, we can present you 1,000,000 points easily, right? We can give you a map that has 1,000,000 points. Well, how do we do that? How do we send 1,000,000 pieces of information to your browser? Well, it's mostly smoke and mirrors. So we're not actually sending you all these points. When you move the map, we query the databases, figure out all the points that are in that area, burn those points onto transparent tiles, and we just give you like a dozen transparent tiles with red dots burned on it. And then you click it, and a little window pops up. Well, that's because when you clicked it, we said, Mike just clicked on this tile of this pixel, what's there? We do a reverse lookup on the database and send you the relevant information for the pop-up. So that lets us give you, huge data sets with a lot of bandwidth efficiency because, now we're not sending all the data to you, we're just sending you the tiles, right? So the other thing that we do is when you have your data in a geospatial database in the cloud, we can give it to you in Google Maps. As you saw before, we can give it to you in Google Earth. We can give you an OGC endpoint. So if you're using ESRI or QGIS or whatever you're using, we can deliver all that data to you with an OGC. And if you're squinting on what that URL is, that's just an example. This is a Web Map Service GET capabilities of that same map I was just showing you before, right? So we have the open source GET capabilities of those maps. And if we're on the same team, right? If I upload some data, I could say, oh, you get to use this data in your map as well. If you're making a map, you don't have to upload that same data, right? So if you have big data sets, you upload them once, then other map making people who you are sharing them with, who are on your team, are able to use that same data and put it into their map. And when it comes time to publish a map, you say, I'm publishing it out to the public, or I'm publishing it to a group, so it's not our data. It's sitting on our data center, but it's yours, and we protect it for you. And it's like we're just hosting your information and providing processing power so that you can get your map out to the world, or just to your own people. So I didn't realize Rebecca was talking today, so I have a few Earth Engine slides. So we'll go through some of those, and then the rapid innovation. The nice thing about products, cloud-based products like Maps Engine, are we probably just released 3 or 4 new features this week. And you didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to install any patches. You didn't have to have your IT department download anything. They're just there. It's like, oh, there's 3 new buttons that weren't there yesterday. We can now, make this map look a little bit different. So, we're constantly updating Maps Engine and making it better and better all the time. What if you don't want to put your data in the cloud, right? And that's a lot of you. I know that. And so we also have an on-premises system that does similar work. You feed your data into Google Earth Enterprise, and it spits out the back end a globe. And so now you can use that completely disconnected from the internet. So if you're on a secret network or a top secret network, or if you just refuse to put data into the cloud, we also have a product that works offline. And it works really offline. So what do I mean by that? I've got a blob of data sitting here on my hard drive, and this is about 640 megs. It would barely fit onto a CD. It's about that much data. And all I did was double click on it. And once I've double clicked on it, then I see it on one of these. Yes, okay. This is running completely standalone on my notebook computer. I could disconnect from all networks, go out to sea, and go around in circles, and I would have this data set with me on my mobile platform. And as I zoom out, you can see it's the same data set as we had before. And I have the color by depth, I have the elevation contours, I have all those things that I had when I was connected to Maps Engine, but I can cut a chunk with it, drop it on my notebook computer, and sail off to sea. And so the rest of these were more Earth Engine, but there is, just to give you an idea of Earth Engine, because I don't think Rebecca showed anything live. This is a change detection algorithm, and red is fled, blue is new. So if it's red, it's new. If it's blue, it is gone. No, just the other way. Blue is the new stuff. and we're pulling different layers of imagery. And what Rebecca talked about was deforestation and 15-meter imagery and 250-meter dots. If you upload your data to Maps Engine, so this would be the seals on the ice or anything else, if you upload it to Maps Engine, then we can use that process